Hello. So, I am going to do just some messing around with my watercolors. So I was going to try to recreate, I actually don't even know where to hold this up. My husband set this up for me. So I'm going to try to recreate like this painting here, just with different colors, I think. Originally I was going to just try to follow a tutorial, but I actually did want to recreate this one. So I think I'll do this. It's super easy. And then that way too, if anyone re-watches this or whatever, it's a pretty easy one to follow along too. And it's probably a pretty good one to like practice your own brush strokes or whatever too. So I've got my water, and I was just gonna set up my palette. I actually already have a palette, but I just got this one in the mail, and I kind of wanted to see how it works if I can get my paints open. So hopefully this is seeable. So also, by no means a professional at all. I honestly most of the time have no clue what I'm doing. I follow a lot of tutorials on YouTube myself, so I don't actually know a lot of technicalities or anything like that. I've basically taught myself this. But eventually, one of these times, I want to do a live stream on like setting up a color wheel and kind of diving into color theory more, which I know Jenna Rainey has a really good video on YouTube. I think it's called like Art School or something maybe. So yeah, that's the plan. My kids are going to be napping for a little bit. So if you're curious about the colors I'm using now, I use mostly Winsor & Newton watercolors. I do have some Daniel Smith, which are really nice. I think they might be more expensive. Jordan, is that you?
Yeah. Just thought of something. Did you go live?
Yeah.
Okay, because I forgot there's. Oh yeah, it is recording the audio. Oh man. Okay, never mind. It is recording the audio. Alright, you're good. They can hear you. One sec.
Oops. So anyway, what I was saying is that I normally use Winsor & Newton. I have some Daniel Smith. I haven't bought watercolors in so long. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Daniel Smith is probably a little more expensive. But Winsor & Newton, like I said, I follow just a lot of suggestions from other watercolor artists and YouTubers. So Winsor & Newton was what was suggested. And then I basically got, I got all the colors that Jenna Rainey had suggested, and then I got a few others just from other random YouTube videos I had found of people suggesting colors that they liked. And then I'll probably just build from there if I feel like I need to. But these have lasted me a while. And then, like I said, once I actually know color theory more and stuff and know more about how to use these, I know there's like endless possibilities as far as mixing colors to make new colors as well. So there's that. And this part is probably really boring, but it needed to be done. And I also have not actually sat down to watercolor in a long time, so it might be a little bit rusty. We'll see how it goes. We will see. And I am talking kind of quiet, but that is because I have 3 kids sleeping up here, so. So, I think I did say I was actually going to read the colors too. So anyway, the first one I have is the titanium white. Then I did ivory black. I did Mars black, Payne's gray. And then I think I did burnt umber. I think. Alright. Need some more yellow. Okay, so then I did burnt umber. I did ultramarine violet, and then I did this carbazole violet. I don't know. It's a Daniel Smith color. And then I honestly can't remember what order I did these ones in, but I took a picture of it. Let me look. Okay, so then I did Prussian blue, phthalo turquoise, cobalt blue, ultramarine. Then we did permanent sap green, hooker's green, and then Daniel Smith's undersea green. Daniel Smith's. Some of these I just have no clue how to say. So I'm just going to call it yellow, but it's a Daniel Smith color, this one. And then we have lemon yellow deep here, which is a Winsor Newton. Now this one is yellow ochre. Yellow ochre is probably one of my favorite ones. I just love this color. And then we have Scarlet Lake. Alizarin Crimson Hue. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Upper Rose. Upper Rose is also really pretty. Which I also need more of. I should probably set these colors aside that I need more of. Let's see. Okay. Permanent magenta. Potter's pink. We got, this is Holbein, I don't know, but it's a shell pink. And then we have cadmium orange. Kind of just making a mess. Alright, and then lastly we have this Daniel Smith. Not even going to try to say the first word, but it's burnt orange. And then one thing I will say, the Daniel Smith colors I have are actually bigger tubes as well. So they might have been more expensive, but they are bigger tubes. But I mean, I'd say quality-wise, I'm pretty sure they're quite similar. Okay. So we've got those in our palette. I'm actually just going to put these away quick. And then we'll get started. And then paper I use too is Legion paper. I'll show you what it is too. So I have like this Canson watercolor paper, but after comparing the two and like actually using them side by side, the Legion paper is just so much better. Like, even if you're a beginner, you're still gonna see, I think, drastic differences in paper quality. So it is more expensive, but I think it performs just so much better. And then just clear my desk off. I'm kind of still moving in here. We moved to this house in October, and my office has kind of been the last thing I've actually gotten together. So this is the paper. That's what I'd show you. It's the cold pressed paper. It comes in a block. So that's that. And we'll get started. I'm using mostly Winsor & Newton watercolors. I have some Daniel Smith watercolors, but there's only like 4 of them. So it is mostly Winsor & Newton that I use. And then for brushes, this is just off recommendation of Jenna Rainey as well, who does watercolor. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, it's great. But she suggests the Princeton round heritage brushes, so that's what I try to use. And like I was saying, typically, yes, this is more expensive. So like even Winsor & Newton, it is more expensive watercolor, but the way that it performs versus the cheaper watercolors, I just think is much better. So then basically what I wanted to do was use like the blues and greens and basically just recreate that picture that I had shown earlier. So do something like this, just with blues and greens, which I did do at one point. I had just given it away, so but I liked it. So I'm just gonna wet my brush, which you probably can't see, but I am wetting it, and figure out which colors I want. And then basically too, if you thought you were going to move between a lot of different colors, you could use 2 different waters, like to clean your brushes off. Okay, yeah, that's the color I want. Just so you're not getting muddy water, so you would use cool tones for one and then warm tones for your other one, but I'm mostly just using cool anyway, so I probably only need 1 glass of water. And then I think I'm going to start out with a size 8 brush. I might move down to a size 6, we'll see. And then we're just going to start. And then, like I said, for a beginner, I feel like this would be pretty easy because it's some basic strokes. And it's nothing too intricate, it's just like leaves. And you can just kind of freehand it. Because honestly, I'm not always the best at coming up with something on my own. I do watch a lot of tutorials. And that's how I normally do it. So I'm just going to do leaves coming out. And these ones I'm going to do probably like the 1-stroke leaves where you start off soft and then you push down on your brush to make it wider and then slowly let up the pressure. Like that. If you can see. And then what I'll probably do too is mess around with how much pigment I'm using for these and do a bunch of different ones. So some of them I'll use quite a bit, other ones I'll use and water it down quite a bit. Probably water it down as we get to the top. And so I kind of almost do like a little stem like this and then go from there. And you also, so like I didn't have enough water on my brush. You want to make sure you have enough water on your brush, and that's going to actually make your brush move and perform better. Like that. So this stem, I'm going to do all the same colors. And then I'll add another one. I'll probably do green. Some sort of green. And then the color I'm using right now is Payne's Gray. And it's 109 color. Like, I'm in love with this color. I feel like this would be like a must-have color. I feel like I don't have anything interesting to talk about either, so I'll just paint. Probably should have played music. Then something I'm debating about adding is, where is it? I might add some gold. Not sure yet. What is this called again? Can't remember. Fine Tech, that's what it is. The Fine Tech gold. So I might add, actually, you know what? I think I have a pretty color I might add to this if I want some shimmer. I need to find it though. I'll go look for that after this one. And then personally, I really like all the different gradients of this. So like how there is more pigment in some, and some of it is much more watered down. I like the look of that. But you can kind of do whatever you feel like doing. I'm gonna extend this just a little and end it like that. Okay, let me find that color really quick that I want. Alright, I found it. It is this Fine Tech color, Pearlescent Colors, and it's called Mystic Color. But I think this would look nice. Okay. Then we'll go in. I think I might do some of this green, which is Hooker's Green Dark. Go with this. I'm gonna start like that. And when I do these, I actually sometimes like when they overlap. I think it looks really cool. You can wait for it to dry completely if you really wanted to. You could just not paint over it, but like I said, I like the look of it. And then I'll probably mess around with different leaf shapes at some point too. We'll see. Kind of just winging it. And then too, I feel like some of this probably comes with practice if you were a complete beginner of just knowing how much water to have on your brush and stuff. And the reason, like, I can kind of tell just by how nice my brush is gliding over the paper. So it probably will just kind of come with the more you do it, the more you'll understand if you need more or if you need less. And then because my gray one was still slightly wet, now the colors are bleeding, but I like that look, so I'm okay with that. And it kind of creates this cool effect where it looks like one is behind the other one too, which I mean technically it is, but okay. Now, I think I might do another green one. I'm gonna do this dark one though. This one is a Daniel Smith color, I think. And it is, yeah, it's Daniel Smith. It's the undersea green that I'm gonna use next. Let's go something like this. Right here. Like I said, I have not been trained in any of this stuff, so I know there's even an art to like where you place stuff and where your eye is drawn. I don't really know anything about that at this point, so I'm just kind of doing it as I go. What I might do is do almost more of a rounded leaf for this one. And hopefully you can see all of this all right. My laptop is kind of hard to see what's actually going on. I think I might add a little bit more water just so that it starts to lose some of the pigment, make it a little lighter. Like this. I think what I might do next time is, so I actually just gave away a bunch of my paintings, and one of the ones I gave away was one of the monochrome ones I had done, or a couple of those, and those ones were actually really fun to paint, so maybe I will do a monochrome one next. I gotta reply to this quick. Okay. So now, let me think what I want. I'll do this blue. This one. Actually, I want this one. Yeah. I'll do this. Okay. So I'm gonna do something like this. I'll go right in the middle of these. Like that. Do something a little thinner. And I honestly don't even know if I'm gonna like the outcome of this, but I figured we at least try something. A lot of the times I don't actually like what I do, so that's okay. Okay. Let me think. Do we want to try to add some of this? Um, and then I'm gonna add some more of that Payne's Gray. I'm gonna do some of it right here. Actually, where do we want to do it? I think we might want to do this. I think I want some more color over on this side. So I'm actually gonna add that. Okay. Now. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't even really like how this is turning out, but a lot of it is just kind of getting back into the groove of painting, figuring out what I like and don't like. So, it's kind of how it goes. And at least it's getting used to the paintbrush and how it feels and stuff again, even if I don't like how it turned out. And I think part of the reason why I don't love it is just it's not balanced, and I can see that, and I can't exactly figure out what I want to do to make it more balanced, and it's also gotten quite dark. So like I feel like I want to add something lighter, and I'm just kind of lost as to what, and also lost as to how to make it look more balanced and visually appealing to the eye. Like I said, you live and you learn. So I think what I'll do is maybe add something over here. Because I know it needs something there. I think it needs something here. So like I think I like at least how that added more brightness to that part of it. Now I want to figure out what I want to add up here. So I'm thinking, kind of want to add maybe a lighter green, maybe going like that. And then I think I should probably stop before I just mess it up more. One thing I will do is probably try to add a little bit of paint splatter. So I'll pick up some paint. I want some of this. Kind of just go like this. And then I'll do some green. And then lastly, I'll do a little bit more of the gray. And then I think I'm going to be done with this because I'm not exactly happy with how it turned out. So, that's that. That's all I got for today is leaf practice. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry, but like I said, I think it got a bit muddy, a bit cluttered. So, anyway, whoever watched, thank you. Whoever's going to watch in the future, thank you. Like I said, the beginner's guide to leaves, I guess, or what not to do.